Malky, we're in the middle of another international break now, but just reflecting on the last few weeks with the squad, how do you look back on that period?
It's been hectic with a lot of emotions, but I think that the pleasing thing about it is that in every training session, every game that we've took part in, the progression's been there. You know, the team's evolving, it's getting stronger, it's getting more hungry for success, and I'm extremely pleased with it.
So in terms of the league performances as well, the victories over Partick Thistle and Motherwell, how pleased were you with them?
It was good. It was good going from, that'll be the first time they've really experienced playing in Europe against real top opposition and coming back to domestic football. We're very, very fortunate in that we have a plethora of youth there, youth players, and me and Macaulay getting a debut. I think there's always been a different dynamic to the group. We've always used it in a positive vein. There's always been, sure, it's been about getting the 3 points and getting the victory, whatever that is. But we've also had bits where we've introduced new players to the team, whether it be like a Maddie Nolf coming into the team, or whether it's a youth player and me and Macaulay, So really pleased with the whole dynamic of the group.
And having that Champions League experience as well that you touched on, and adapting between that and the league, how much can the squad learn from that moving forward?
Well, I think it's a total package. It's the education in football, learning about how to play against different teams, different standards, and obviously the mixing it, having to be able to peak. And we normally plan and prepare for a 1 game week, which is easy to do, and the girls are afraid with it. But having 2 games in a week throws a different slant on it. So having that kind of preparation and the changing preparation has been a real education for everybody.
And Tessel Meadag was named Player of the Month as well this week. How important has she been to your squad over this period?
Tessel's been instrumental. I think with the unfortunate injuries that we sustained, never would we have thought we would have lost 2 centre backs at the one time. But as fate would have it, it was a situation that was put in front of us, and we had to find a solution. And I think in the case of Tess, she's really au fait with how to play football. She understands different positions on the park, let alone our own central midfield position. But I think she's took to it, and I think the bit for me was that she adapted and adjusted, and we spoke to her about how to play centre back position, but in her style. I think that was really important. That anything that we do at Rangers, it's tailored towards the player. Everything's player centric, and it's bespoke to them. So it's not a case of one size fits all. There'll be different players that will play in the same position, but they'll have different qualities in that position.
And you touched on Maddie Nolf a bit earlier as well. She's obviously the latest addition to the squad. How has she been settling in?
Great. I think our love for football's shone through, and the due diligence that we put in prior to bringing her in. We knew that she was an athletic player. We knew she was a very fit player, a real sporting background in her family. I think her husband's number 2 wrestler in the USA, Jason Nolf. So. She's got an enthusiasm to play, a good background, a good pedigree there, and she's came in and she's added real value to the group.
And you touched on the injuries there, obviously, to Cathy Hill and Hannah Davison. How are they progressing in their rehab?
Good, yeah. We'll be in a better position with Cathy come Monday of next week, where we'll get another look at our scans and see how that injury is progressing and what stage it's at. With regards to Hannah and Yenny, they're both back training now, so they'll come back into the fold and ready for the Hibs game on the 16th.
And it obviously is the international break just now. You touched on it being a hectic period. How important is it for the players to get some rest over this time, as well as continuing to maintain their fitness?
Yeah, I think it's just a continuation. I think when you're a professional player, you're a professional player 7 days a week. It's just what you do within that week structure. So again, we've changed the structure of the week for not just the group that's left behind, but for each individual. There's certain aspects of whether it be their fitness or whether it be technical things that we want to work with. We've utilised that time, but we'll also utilise that time to give them a wee bit of a shutdown and give them a reset. So again, that comes down to we're planning, our preparation with our sports science. Faye and Ashley and Jamie. We've got a real control over that. along with our physios, you know. So it's been good. It's great to have that strength behind myself, where you can lean in and get that experience from these guys.